Your music's too loud. The neighbors are complaining.
Oh, okay. We'll turn it down. You hear that, Soundwave? You can't be our roommate any longer.
On the table today, it is all about Transformers Cyberverse. 4 very interesting formers of Trans to look at. Prowl, Hot Rod, and finally taking a look at Windblade. Also back there, the Decepticon Soundwave. Let's get right to them. I think I'm gonna start with Prowl. It's Prowl, the police bot. On the back of the card, Prowl, Autobot Heroic. Function, military strategist. Convert to activate Jetblast. 9 steps of transformation. Landry, you got yourself all turned around, didn't you?
Turned into a transformer?
And there he goes again. Well, let's open up Prowl. Prowl out of the box for Cyberverse figures, usually looking a little bit simplistic. Prowl looking very balanced. I always like the door wings, and I think they pulled those off pretty well with Prowl. Luckily, we have instructions to help us transform. Here they are up front and back. So we have 9 steps to figure out with Prowl. Let's start, I suppose, by flipping up that front bumper. And then in step 2, folding down those doors. That will help the springing stop. Step 3, we rotate the arms down. That's gotta feel comfortable. Step 4, now we rotate the arms out. Even more comfortable. Step 5, we rotate those arms in. Step 6, we rotate the arms down. Step 7, we flatten him to the ground. We flip in those back feet. Step 8, we're clicking something together back there. And step 9, we fold them on in. Somehow. And step unknown, I guess I have to flip those guns back in. Ha! Probably should have had those guns flipped in way back at the beginning. Well, there's Prowl in vehicle mode. Amazingly simplistic, albeit a little bit springy with those guns. And those guns do leave a lot of seams down that windshield and hood in vehicle mode. But for the most part, a very simplistic and fun transformer. Let's quickly get back to robot mode now. And there we go, only 1 tire casualty. Not the biggest fan on how they clip some of these tires on nowadays. They fly off too easy, especially when driving around. As for the Jetblast action feature, I guess we gotta flip those springy guns back again. Clip them all the way back. Now I believe we just press down on the hood. And they flip back up so easy. I like that. That almost functions too well. For a quick articulation check on Prowl, we have ball-jointed shoulders with good movement, hinged elbows, ball-jointed hips, hinged knees. I don't believe his head rotates, it's kind of stuck in there, huh? Well, just a tiny bit. And remember, those doors do move around. Well, pretty good, Prowl. This Autobot turned out real well. Let's move on over to Hot Rod. And it's Hot Rod, everybody's favorite, not Optimus Prime. On the back of the card, Autobot Hot Rod, Autobot Heroic, Function Daring Hero, Convert to activate Fusion Flame. 7 steps of transformation, nice and simple. And the fine print. Did you know that the plastic tray is possibly recyclable? Well, Hot Rod, let's burn you out of the pack. Hot Rod out of the box and burning my eyes. That is a very intense red. Looking good mostly from all around, a little bit full in the back. Good color combo with the red and the orange flames. Will be fun to Hot Rod about. Instructions. Up front with the fusion flames in step 1 and 2. On the back 3 through 7. So how do these fusion flames work, by the way? Looks like something simple. Look at that, there they are. At first I thought we were going to have to manually pull out these flames, but it's more about just lifting and raising his arms. A little closer up shows that if you activate the fusion flame just right, it'll go right into that arm and that side panel will close up over it. I sensed Hot Rod likes to do jumping jacks. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Now for push-ups. 1 and 2 and 3. Anyway, that's kind of a cool action feature. Keeps you busy. And a quick articulation check on Hot Rod. Looks like we have a head with full 360 head rotation. Shoulders are on ball joints as well, but because of the action feature and some of the paneling here, the arms can be a little bit tricky to move about. Looks like we have hips on ball joints and knees on hinges. And that's probably the extent of most of the articulation. So I suppose now it's up to transform him into vehicle mode. Let's get those arms back straight. He feels very mechanical inside. So step 1, let's rotate him around to the back. Love the iconic yellow spoiler on Hot Rod, by the way, which we are going to rotate. It kind of pulls out on a post. Then we're going to rotate him back around to the front. And we're going to lift up that hood. Step 3, let's jam those legs together. Step 4, let's rotate those arms in somehow. Not too tricky, a little bit slow at first, trying to get those lower pegs to fit into the side panels. Step 5, let's flatten him to the ground. And fitting down that hood. Then we rotate the roof assembly. And back down we have Hot Rod. Like Prowl, another really interesting and quick transformation. I like how fluid that was. Those arms lock in tight, so does the hood and roof piece. That was a very well done, simplistic Hot Rod toy. How do those wheels roll, by the way? A little clunky, not made for speed, ironically. They will roll. Again, those clip-on wheels can be a little troublesome. They just don't glide as well as something on pins. Very well, Hot Rod, let's zoom you out and bring in something with sound.
Whoa! Soundwave! Play us a song! Woohoo! Okay, thank you!
On the back of the card, Soundwave, Decepticon Evil, function, calculating spy. Convert to activate Laserbeak Blast. That'll be fun to see. Soundwave back into vehicle mode, that's kind of disappointing. But robot mode looks nice, 9 steps of transformation. Alright, Wave of Sound, let's get you out of package. That's Soundwave alright, out of box. Yikes, Soundwave's a hunchback. Fairly interesting from around, a little bit bulky up top. What do we have on instructions? Something going on with Laserbeak Blast, step 1 and 2. Steps 3 through 9. So how do we get Laserbeak Blast to work? We are rotating something in the back, I suppose. Ah! Oh my goodness! Soundwave's a cuckoo clock! Whoa, that is crazy! An Energon-like Laserbeak Blast emitting from his chest. That explains why it's so bulky back there. Got to be able to refit Laserbeak right back inside. That is probably one of the weirdest things I've seen from Transformers in a long time. Flips out pretty well, actually. We've got wings on springs and his head that just all fit right back inside. Make sure this top piece is rotated just right to click it back in. That is one bizarre feature of action. What can Soundwave do? Looks like we can move his shoulders about on a ball joint. Got to be a little careful though, because that can happen. Then we've got hinged elbows, and we've got ball jointed hips and hinged knees. Pretty good footprint too. Should be able to hold up that large upper body. Well, let's go to vehicle mode. Step 1 and 2, we will rotate that thing up behind his head, concealing his robotic face. Where did Soundwave go? 3, let's jam those legs together. Step 4, we're breaking our torsos. I think I got that right. Step 6, let's flip those feet in. Step 7 and 8, let's flip him over. Then we rotate the arms back down, and we fold them in. We hear some clicking in there to get those to lock down. Flip back over. The vehicle mode, not too bad with this one. Pretty armored, not too much on the detail of paint. Except for maybe that sound emitter device up on top and the back window. Hard to even tell that Soundwave. By the way, does Laserbeak pop out that back window? Doesn't look like it, that's a shame. So Soundwave overall, okay. I would prefer a more boombox look for his alternate mode. Robot mode, the better on this one. A little bit top heavy. That is Soundblade. Let's check on Windblade next. And it's Windblade. Windblade being out much longer than Prowl, Hot Rod, and Soundwave. For some reason, she was just a little delayed in getting out. On the back of the card, Windblade, heroic Autobot, function, resourceful city speaker, convert to activate, Cyclone Strike. With 7 steps of transformation, should be fun to see. And removing from package, finally. Windblade out of box, not too many Windblade transformers out there, so a good opportunity to pick up a Windblade. Looks like they did well with her basic robot form. She seems very balanced, good robot head on her with good paint. Instructions, something going on here with Cyclone Strike, step 1 and 2 for transformation, and steps 2 through 7. So Cyclone Strike somehow activated by this back canopy triangle piece. There we go. So if you raise and lower the nose cone on her back there, we're going to see Cyclone Strike. And if you do it right, you might even get her cyclones to strike a little bit. There we go, she's loosening up. This one's really spinning. This one's a little catchy right now still. Kind of a fun little feature. A little bit tight, but I think it'll loosen up a bit. She looks like she has really good articulation for a Transformer too. We have good arm movement with shoulders and elbows. Think there might even be waist rotation. And looks like we have hips and double jointed knees. So pretty good mobility on her. Now for transformation, step 1, let's flatten her down. And separating out the nose cone a bit. Step 2, we'll flatten down that nose cone. And step 3, closing back that nose cone down. For step 4, let's rotate those legs around. And step 5, let's flip up some wings. And for step 6, let's bring those legs in and smash them together. Flip around, we need to do something with those arms still. There we go, looks like we've got her arms pegged in right with her hands kind of going in under these panels. And flip her back around. We have flight mode Windblade. Seems like a fairly quick and easy transformation process for her. One of the benefits of these simpler Cyberverse figures. Let's bring everyone back out. And there is everyone back on the table. Let's quickly transform. And there we have it. I think my favorite out of the latest wave would have to be Prowl.
Yes!
Really well balanced transformer. I enjoyed the transformation process on that one. I think mostly disappointed in Soundwave. There's some interesting gimmicks to it, just don't really care for the vehicle mode.
Oh.
There, Soundwave.
Really like what they did with Windblade there, that was a fun one. And Hot Rod was pretty well done too, I like Hot Rod. So keep an eye out for any of these Transformer Cyberverse figures. They're all actually quite a bit of fun, as long as those Decepticreeps always lose.
Oh.
There, Soundwave.
Transformers Cyberverse toys are on store shelves. They run approximately $12 to $15 per figure. Each one built to convert to activate their own action feature, with good robot mode likeliness and articulation, and transforming to good vehicle mode likeliness. These are fun toys if you are a fan of Transformers Cyberverse. Unless, of course, Soundwave's Laserbeak Blast scares you, keep an eye out for this fun series. That's what I have to say about that.
Cuckoo squirrel clocks were attempted, but people passed out in fright. Thanks for watching Squirrel Stampede. Please like, share, subscribe.